you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Bang, bang. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Ultimate B-Man, and I'm here to do a video about a particular pay-per-viewing that's going to be going down this Sunday, April 1st, April Fool's Day of all days. The biggest pay-per-viewing of all time, of all wrestling entertainment. That's right. I am here to talk about Wrestlemania 28, brother. I'm here to talk about all the matches and give out who I think should win. I've heard a lot from all the big guys out there who know wrestling very, very well, and not to say I know every single last thing about wrestling. I do, but not like in full detail. Like, I don't know this year or this date, this pay-per-view. I'm not like that, but I do know wrestlers. I know the wrestlers in and out, up and down, whatever. But I'm here to talk about WrestleMania 28, and I'm going to start off with my least favorite matches, or not necessarily my least favorite, but maybe I'll say the match that I'm going to watch, but not the match that I'm actually going to watch. I don't know what to say. But let's just start at the bottom here. First up is the Divas Tag Match. Divas Tag Match. Random Divas Tag Match. This match wasn't even scheduled yet, and yet for some dumb reason we got it anyway. Instead, in the match, we're going to end up having Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres going 2-on-2 against Kelly and some chick, Miss Ramirez or something like that, from Hollywood Entertainment, a TV show I'm not normally around to even watch, and even if I was, I probably wouldn't look at it that much anyway, but still. This match, to me, doesn't seem that interesting, but I'm pretty sure Kelly might win it. I don't know, unless Eve and Beth Phoenix end up pulling out something out of them or something like that. Not that they normally do. Not trying to put any jokes there. This match shouldn't have been like this. It shouldn't have been a tag match. Somebody should have been going after that women's championship belt. It should have been what we call a three-way, maybe. Kelly, Beth Phoenix, and Eve Torres for the title, for the women's title. That would have been more interesting than, I think, a tag match. That would have had a little bit more, how we say, flair to the whole match, but nah, we get a tag match. So random. A regular tag match that we normally get on like a Raw or SmackDown anyway, so what's the big deal anyways? I don't know. Next match on the card that I'm going to talk about is let's see, Kane versus Randy Orton. Yeah, Kane versus Randy Orton. I'm trying to fathom here. Kane lost to John Cena at an ambulance match. Randy Orton got injured falling down a set of stairs by Wade Barrett. But how in the world are we why in the world are we getting this match? Literally, I don't know. To find something for Randy Orton to do? I guess so, going up against a Big Red Machine, but how many people are really that interested in Randy Orton winning or beating Kane that much? Or who's really that interested in seeing Kane? That's the question. I mean, you have to ask yourself that question sometimes. You're like, am I really that interested in this match? Probably not. I'm probably not. Orton's probably going to win anyway. One good RKO and it's over. Unless Kane's going to pull out the choke slam of doom, and, or maybe Randy Orton will actually put Kane through the announce table. We don't know. We'll just have to see. But I don't think too many people are really that interested in Randy Orton. at all. But, you know, what's the point? But not one of my favorite matches that are going to be going down that night, but it's something. It's entertainment, I guess. We'll just go with it. Next match, Team Teddy Long versus Team Johnny Ace. Now, this match isn't my least favorite or anything. This is kind of a match that I'm probably going to watch. I'm probably going to check out. We got Team Teddy Long of all his little baby faces leading his 6-man, 12-man tag team match. His 6 guys versus John Laurinaitis' 6 guys. And leading Teddy Long's team is Santino Morel, the United States champion. You got the Great Khali. Who else we got? The Great Khali, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, Zack Ryder, and we got Booker T. Yes, we got Booker. We got Booker on the team. And the five-time champion is helping out with Teddy Long's team. And on John Laurinaitis, we got Drew McIntyre. But actually leading his team is David Ofungus. So I don't like David Otunga. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. David Ofungus, Drew McIntyre. Let's see. Come on. There's some heels on there. Mark Henry, big man, Mark motherfucking Henry, sexual chocolate. Mark Henry. Who else we got? We got the show off Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and The Miz. We did have Christian, but Christian got injured on Raw against CM Punk, so he ended up not being able to qualify anymore. So it turns out that I think Drew McIntyre took his spot. So Drew wasn't originally on the team, but you know, who didn't see that coming? Maybe Christian might show up in the next pay-per-view or something. Who knows? You know, we didn't need that. But some people say, anyways, that they want Johnny Ace to win. I really don't want Johnny Ace to win. One reason: I don't like the guy. He's Mr. Excitement, Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Bliss, Mr. That. He's the Funk Man. He's got all these names that he isn't. You know, how can you be a guy who's about being Mr. Excitement and Mr. Entertainment when you aren't entertaining? When you're not exciting? When you don't really have any charisma at all? And no funk to even be nowhere near a man. So I don't know what to say about Johnny. I would like Teddy Long to win because, shoot, they got Booker T. And Booker T is one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, Booker T is a guy who can do a lot of things. He can still do some things. He hasn't wrestled in a while. He can still do some things for the WWE. But after this past Raw, seeing him do the scissors kick to Mark Henry and just beating down and just doing what Booker T's known to be doing, not sitting at the announcer table, getting in the ring and, you know, doing a spinneroonie for us. Everybody's up for Teddy Long to win this, but who's probably going to most likely win it? Johnny Ace. So I'm not going to be surprised. Like, it's predictable, pretty much. Johnny Ace is probably going to win this. I mean, no surprise there. I don't know who's going to do it. Some people say they want Drew McIntyre to win the match to screw Teddy Long, considering Teddy Long fired him and then Johnny Ace rehired him. We'll see. We'll just have to see. Now, the next match is a Intercontinental Championship. We got Cody Rhodes going one-on-one against the Big Show. Big Show has spent majority of his WrestleManias not winning a single WrestleMania at all. And thanks to Cody Rhodes, we all know that even more now, because Cody Rhodes has spent from Raw to SmackDown pointing out how much of a failure Big Show is at the big main event, and all that he's done is fuel the Big Show even more. He's even gone into handcuffing the Big Show and beating him down with boxing gloves. Kind of silly, but I kind of get the point of it. You know, he's just trying to make fun of him because he lost to Floyd Mayweather and what was it, Wrestlemania 20-something. I can't. Was it 20? 20, 25? I'm not for sure. I'm not going to guess it because I'll probably end up getting it wrong. I don't know. The person I want to win this match is probably the Big Show. Reason why? Because Big Show has been with the company for a long, long time. And considering he got screwed out of the heavyweight title by Daniel Bryan, he ain't, what is he going to do? He lose to Cody Rhodes, that'd be just another WrestleMania Big Show will loses to. I mean, the predictions are true. Cody Rhodes is right. But what I think it should be for Cody Rhodes, because if we're going to have Cody Rhodes as a dominant heel who's going to go after the big titles like the WWE or the Heavyweight Championship, if we're going to have him do that, then we're going to have him drop his belt to Big Show so he can move on to a bigger thing. Because Cody Rhodes is one of those really, really good heels. I think he's the best heel that the WWE's got right now. They just don't see it. They don't see that, literally. But I think Cody Rhodes is ready for a main event shot. I think he is, and maybe possibly at a SummerSlam or something. Maybe we might see that happen. I don't know. All I know, baby, is that Cody Rhodes is gonna do the job, and he's gonna show Big Show what he's got. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Yeah, baby. But Big Show might really mess up Cody Rhodes. He might give him one good monstrous of a choke slam, pin him, and get the title. This would be a title for Big Show to go on with, and maybe somebody new, maybe like Drew McIntyre or maybe The Miz or somebody could go after that belt and get it. We'll just have to see. Next match. Speaking of which, World Heavyweight Champion! World Heavyweight Champion! Yes! 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 I am tired of that. I'm sick of that. Daniel Bryan, it's time for you to drop your heavyweight championship belt. Because quite frankly, you're not as much of a champion if you keep running from all your matches. There's no way that that's going to work. You can't be a champion if you can't actually, literally win clean. You know what I'm saying? I like Daniel Bryan when he first started. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to crap all over him or nothing like that. But what I'm trying to say is, throughout majority of the matches he's been in, he's kind of slithered his way around it. Even this past Monday Night Raw, he was in a tag match against Sheamus and Randy Orton, and he had his girl AJ get in the middle of it, and he ended up winning. He had help from his girlfriend. Daniel Bryan, how can you be a champion if you got your girl doing your own fights, getting involved? And she's not even that big or strong at all. She's not like Beth Phoenix or something, or Kelly or whatever. It's not like she can actually literally get her hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm pretty sure that AJ is probably going to get involved in this match. But who I'm hoping for? I'm hoping for that Irish whip to show up. That great white Sheamus to do the job. That's exactly what I want to win this match. I want Sheamus to beat Daniel Bryan. Danielson, you're going down. Your vegan ways and your yes will not survive in this match at all. What's going to happen? Daniel Bryan's going to think he's going to win. He's going to be like, yes! Boot kick, boom! In the face. Right in the face. And Daniel Bryan needs to lose this anyway. He's had the belt for how many pay-per-views? One too many. And on top of that, Sheamus has been changed from a heel to a baby face. He's been on a winning streak for quite a while. He's got a few losses, but he's been on a dominant winning streak, beating former heavyweight champion Mark Henry, for one thing. A guy who beat him at first, and he was going to go after the title for him, but then they changed it. That's just the way the WWE's been doing things. And then on top of that, Sheamus won the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble winner's got to win this. Because if you win the Royal Rumble, that means you should win the title, right? And sometimes they don't go that way. You know, it doesn't make sense. It's like for example, King of the Ring. The curse of you winning King of the Ring and then having a complete losing streak. And I'm like, that's stupid. It's retarded. But, you know, the thing about the Royal Rumble, Sheamus went through all that and taking down all those guys, as many as he threw over the ropes, and even beating Chris Jericho at the Royal Rumble. A guy like who came from the Attitude Era, who looked like he was going to win the Rumble, but he didn't. And, you know, Sheamus won it. And I think Sheamus deserves to have the heavyweight belt. It only makes sense for him to win it. But two scenarios might happen. AJ might get involved, and Sheamus might end up getting disqualified or something. Who knows? Or secondly, Daniel Bryan is screwed by AJ, his girlfriend, because I know she's going to get involved. It's got to be her. She's going to get involved because it's going to end up changing his tone a little bit. He's probably going to get upset with her and blame her and everything, you know, because he thinks she's a good luck charm. She's probably going to end up being a bad luck charm to him in this match, so I don't know. Now, on to the next match. The next match is being the best in the world, not a WWE title, not just a WWE title, a best in the world title. You see, we got in one corner, we got CM Punk, and in the next, we got Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho has spent throughout Raws and whatnot, all the Raws, and every single one of CM Punk's matches on Raw, pretty much pointing out that CM Punk's way of being straight edge is a complete shamble. He's just a wannabe best in the world. Sorry about that. Something fell. Anyway, about being a wannabe best in the world, and just you know, and on top of that, even talking about his father, and then talking about his sister, and then talking about his mother. He might as well go in and talking about his uncle, CM Punk's uncle, CM Punk's grandmammy, CM Punk's granddad, everybody. The whole CM Punk family should be part of Jericho's whole big campaign to get into CM Punk's head, just to mess him up. But I don't think it's really going to mess CM Punk up. I think it's just going to fuel him to wanting to really just dominate and just destroy Jericho and prove Jericho that he is the new best in the world. Because, you know, Punk is the new face and is trying to be the new face. If it wasn't for one particular person, he's trying to be up there with all the other big names in the WWE right now, and he's also trying to make a change and whatnot, and prove that he is best in the world. And with Jericho in the way, he has to prove to Jericho that he can do it. That he got to prove to Jericho that he's got what it takes to outshine him, and whatnot. I don't know. It's just Punk's got to win this match. Because it's one way to prove to Jericho and prove to anybody who doubts CM Punk that he's the best in the world. He's the new face. And on top of that, what Jericho going to do with the WWE title if he wins it? Nothing. With Punk, you could probably do a couple of other matches and whatnot, but there's no point in continuing this feud, because this feud should only go as far as WrestleMania. If Jericho gets one more match after WrestleMania, okay, that's cool. But, I just think it's just going to boil down to maybe Punk putting the Anaconda Vice or something, or maybe roundhousing Jericho. But overall, I just expect a really, really, really good match overall. That's all I really expect out of all of it. I'm not really trying to, crap on it or anything. It's just, it looks like a really good match because Jericho coming from the Attitude Era and Punk as the new era that is the WWE now and whatnot. So, two best in the world guys that say that they're the greatest in the world, but only one of them is going to come out on top. Now, on to the next match. I think this match right here is probably going to might be the match of the night. It might even outshine the main event. Some people say that it needs to be the main event, but I tend to say maybe not. Just a little bit. Only because, one reason, we're getting this match the third time. Third time's a charm. Three's a company. Whatever you want to call it. We got, in one corner, the Phenom. The guy who is right now 19-0 at WrestleMania. And in the other, we got the big name in the WWE right now, the new vice executive, whatever, GM of WWE of Raw and SmackDown, the new Vince McMahon guy type character, Triple H. And then in the middle of all this, we got a special guest referee, Shawn Michaels. This whole feud started last year. And probably even before that, because there was one WrestleMania Triple H lost to Undertaker once. And then last year, WrestleMania 27, we got that match again. But this time, the only reason we're getting this match a third time is because Triple H was the guy who was able to get up on his own 2 feet. Even though he lost the match, was able to get up on his own 2 feet and walk into the locker room, get all dressed, and go around gloating about how the Undertaker was the guy who didn't make it up that Titantron and didn't go to the back of the locker room, and he didn't go to Denny's or whatever the next morning. He was in the middle of the hospital eating baby food and whatever, because Triple H gave Undertaker a beating last year. He beat him with a chair, he beat him down, he put him through the announce table. He even used the tombstone pile driver, and that still didn't work on Undertaker. Now, who am I really rooting for here? Undertaker, of course. The streak should continue. Triple H's career is going to go where? Where? Literally. Where is Undertaker going? I mean, what is Triple H going to plan on doing after he beats The Undertaker? Sure, he can go around gloating, I beat The Undertaker! But why? Why go around gloating about that? I mean, sure, he ends up beating the Phenom, and sure, he can put that around his own little custom-made belt that he's probably got made right now, but I don't think the Phenom needs to end his streak. I think maybe somebody else should have a shot at the streak, too. I mean, Triple H is getting it the third time, and Shawn Michaels is in the middle of it, and he only got one shot at it. One shot at beating the streak. And he failed at it. And then you didn't see him no more after that. The only reason we're getting this match is because Undertaker couldn't walk out of the ring and raise his hand in victory like Triple H did. Triple H didn't get his hand raised, but he did, was able to walk out of that ring. So the only real big thing that we're getting here is that this is the battle of the egos. Not really much of an end of an era or the streak in the career. Mostly a battle of the egos because everybody wants something out of this match. Triple H wants to beat the streak. He wants to end The Undertaker once and for all. He wants to do it for himself. In his mind, he keeps telling them he was this close last year. He's going to get even closer this year, and he thinks he's going to win it. And Undertaker says that he's going to beat every inch of Triple H's life like he did him last year. And Shawn Michaels just wants to end the streak. And he don't know how he's going to do it, but he wants to end the streak. With Shawn Michaels in the middle of this, two things might happen. Shawn Michaels might screw Triple H, or he might screw Undertaker. That's the only thing I can think of right now that might end up happening in this match, but we'll see. we'll see. This is building up to be a really good match. I like the promos and everything for it. It's looking great, and I'm enjoying it. But I don't think it needs to be the main event, because the main event of that night of WrestleMania goes to the two people that this entire event is wrapped around. The two icons. In one corner we got John Cena, and in the next corner we got the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, The Rock. We got these two guys. We got the face of the WWE, and we got the guy that people want to see. This is a battle that I don't think is going to out-top the Triple H and Undertaker, but I think it's going to be another match of the night that people are going to remember. Because, in my opinion, I'll say this. In my opinion, a lot of people say that Cena should win this match. Cena deserves to win this match. He would get a rub off from The Rock and whatnot, and that he can go on and doing other things. He's getting more edgier. He's getting more creative with all the stuff since The Rock's got back and all this stuff. But no, I'm sorry. The Rock needs to win this. And on top of that, people say Cena's the underdog. He's the underdog. Really? The Rock is the underdog. Cena spent through all this time since The Rock left. And when The Rock left, Cena went off and running his mouth saying, "Why you leave, Rock? Why you go?" And then, The Rock came back and then he left again. And then Cena thinks that The Rock ain't nothing. He's a waste of time. He's a waste of space. The Rock's just going to go off somewhere and go make a movie somewhere. That's all he's going to do. It ain't going to matter. And on top of that, he feels like that, Cena just feels like he should just outshine The Rock overall. And you think that this is going to give Cena that edge he needs to move on to better main events and stuff like that, and to make him a better wrestler. But I'll agree with anybody who says that Cena has had his time. 10 years in the business, and all that he's done is do the same old thing. And I think you're getting tired of it. People are now booing him instead of cheering for his name. He's got little kids that are the only little kids, and some girls that are, for some reason, are hot for Cena, and they're the only ones who really want to say, "Go Cena," while the rest of us says, "Cena sucks." I don't want Cena to win this. The Rock has more to win. He's going to his hometown. He's been gone for 7 years, and this could prove to everybody who thinks Rock can't do it. Rock ain't got it no more. He's too old, and blah blah this and blah blah that. I think The Rock has more to win here. Cena, he's the top baby face of the WWE. If you're gonna want CM Punk or any of the other wrestlers to rise above Cena, then you're going to have to let Cena go down a little bit. And this match is the match that's going to do it. I don't know what else to really say about this match other than that I want The Rock to win. I can go on and on about it, but it's not going to... I could be all day with this, but I'm not going to try to be. Anyways, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Tell me who you think should win at WrestleMania. Do you want Sheamus to win the heavyweight title? Do you want CM Punk to still be the WWE champion? Do you think the Big Show needs the Intercontinental Championship? Do you think Teddy Long, or do you think Johnny Ace needs to win it? My opinion, I already said who I think should win. The Great One should beat Cena, hands down. What Cena's got, nothing left. All I gotta say is, you better be ready, Cena. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.